Till now, we have calculated rate for only one cost center, right? So we will try to maintain the rate manually for other cost centers. Then we will see. KP26. Okay. So as of now, we have maintained only fixed price and variable price. Sorry, the price for only this machine activity type. So labor and others we have not maintained. Okay. Let's maintain some rate for these two also. Let's say here setup price is 10 and labor is, setup price is 5 USD and this is 10 USD per hour. This is like, we will not create these work centers. PP, the production planning team will create the work center. It's not our responsibility since, we are doing training. So I'm just creating it, but in general, this will be created by production planning. See, this standard value key, right? Let's say now I have used only 3 activity types. So I have taken SAP standard value key. So you also can create your own standard value key if you want supplement, more activity types. Then you have to go to standard value key. I will show you the path SPRO. Yeah, define standard value keys. Okay. Here, for example, SAP 01. We are using now SAP 01, right? So here they have assigned three activity types: setup, machine, labor. Let's say you have, I told you, right? We can assign a maximum 6 activity types in a work center. So that will be determined by the standard value key. So we can create our own standard value key and you can assign your own activity types here. But when you assign your own activity types, again, you have to create some kind of other parameters, like the parameters you have to enter. Okay, parameters means what is the dimension, whether time, minutes, or something. Okay, so these things also you need to define. Sometimes, since we are using the standard ones, machine, labor, setup. If you are going to use the only these three, then you can use the standard value key of SAP standard value key. Otherwise, you have to create your own. Now we will go here. Costing. Okay. We have to give the cost center here. Now for setup, we need to select our activity type. See, when the moment we have done the planning, it is disclosing the activity types here. So that's what I told. The planning is 3 step for this work center creation. For a setup, we will use this one. Machine, we use this one. Labor, we use this. Personal. The activity unit, we said like hours, right? Or what activity type we use? 1 second. KL03. So we used H. So here we need to enter the formula also. SAP 02. SAP 01. This is labor. Okay, so I assigned the 3 different formulas for machine and setup labor. Okay, so if you want, you can use the standard formulas, or else we can also create the formulas. But only thing is what the formula. See, the formula is simply behind this, like labor hours multiply like 10 hours multiply by cost, right? I mean the activity rate. That is a simple formula. But sometimes, let's say, I mean the best example for setup, right? Whether you produce 2 cars or 3 cars, uh, the setup time is same. Okay, that's the general rule they follow it. Especially, I mean, forget about cars. Let's say any process industry, or like if they're maintaining large volume of quantity like batches, right? So let's say 1,000 pieces or 1,000 cases, or maybe 900 pieces or 900 kgs. In that case, what happens? Whether you maintain 100 kg or 1,000 kg, the setup time will be same. I mean, the time will not be vary. Whereas the machine and labor will vary based on your output. Okay, so that kind of formulas we need to maintain here in the backend. System will take. Let's say, I mean, while calculating what formula they set behind, we will see, or else I will show you. Anyway, we have opened the configuration, right? Parameters. Where is costing? Yeah, costing. Define formulas for work center. Here you have to go there. Then you can see what formula it is. So simply SAP 01 they kept it. That means it is a parameter, right? So that means only setup. It's kind of fixed time. If you go to this one, see, they are multiplying with, I mean, SAP 09, SAP 08 divide, I mean, SAP 0 into these all they are doing it. But simply, I mean, the formula meaning is like your activity hours multiply with your activity time, hours with activity rate, sorry. That's how it works. Okay, now let's try to save the work center. Okay, work center is saved. Let's create one more one. PRD. PRD2. Same I'm doing here. Okay. Okay, now work centers are created. Now next step is we need to create routing. Okay. Routing is like CA01, or else production, master data, routings, routing, CA01. Our material is FG100, right? So FG100 plan everything. Enter. Okay, here generally they select production, overall status, release general, 4. Okay, go to operations. So here we need to select the work center. Yeah, production 1. Let's say this is operation. First operation we are doing like some basic assembly. The name whatever it may be. Assembly. I will keep it. Okay. Now if you see here, as in when I enter the operation, it brings all the activity types here. Okay. For these activity types, we need to enter the time. Okay. Let's say for this completing this first operation, I need 10 hours of, let's say 5 hours of setup time. Okay. Hour and machine time. I need some, many hours, let's say 15 hours machine time, and labor I need at least some 20 hours. These are just hypothetical figures, huh? You can enter anything. So I entered 5 hours setup, 15 hours machine, and 20 hours of labor. Okay. Now let's create another one. Production 2. Let's say this is assembly 2. This is another operation like fixing of wheels or something, whatever it may be. Let's say for this setup is just 2 hours they need, or maybe setup not required also every time. So machine they need 10 hours. Okay, labor some 15 hours. Yeah. So routing was created with group so and so. It's saying so. This is routing group. Okay, so that's how in the routing we maintain the operations. In the BOM we have maintain the raw materials. Now this is ready for. Now we can use this BOM and routing for our costing purpose. Clear everybody. Now we are moving to important thing like calculating cost estimation. If there are no questions, then we will start doing the standard cost estimations. Now everything from the master data perspective, we have everything like we have BOM, we have routing, we have cost center, we have work center, activity rates, everything. Now we are set to go. We have created a costing variant also for our costing purpose. Now the transaction code CK11N. I think most of the people know about it for creating cost estimate one single material. Okay. What is our costing variant? ZBC1. Now see, system is proposing dates here. Costing date from costing date to quantity structure date, valuation date. Can somebody tell from where it is coming? So in the costing variant, we have given date control here. Okay. So if you see here, costing date from starting of the next month. See, starting of the next month, July 1st, 2024. Okay, costing date to maximum value. So 12/31st, 9999. And quantity structure date, costing date from, costing date from. So what is costing date is there, that will be the your quantity structure date. Okay, so this is how, I mean, the dates are coming from the backend configuration from the date control. Okay, so I will give here today's date. What is today's date? 3. Okay, very good. Everything is coming. So here, if you see the first one, E is nothing but it's like operations. So internal activity time, right? So we are using 2 work centers, like production 1, here production 2. Okay, so those 2 work centers cost is coming here. Okay, wherever E is means that is manufacturing cost from coming from the routing. Okay, so now we will go to KP26 one more time. So basically, setup time is 5, right? 5 hours. I mean 5 USD per hour. So here setup time quantity, I mean 5 hours we have maintained in the routing. So 5 multiplied by 5, 25. Okay. Same thing, machine, we have 15 hours. Okay. So 15 hours machine, right? So 5.83. If you see here 112 is there. So if you see here, your variable value, fixed value is 87. Okay. But your variable value is, I mean, also there, that's not showing here. I will show you where it is available, but you can see the total as 112. Okay, that means these two together, like this is 5.83 plus 1.67 multiplied by 15 hours. Same thing, this is 10, right? So labor is 10, so 20 hours multiplied 10, 200 euros. Okay, and then for raw material RM 100, we will have price in the raw material master, like wheels 100. I think how much we maintained, 100 euros per wheel, I believe. So it's coming 400. RM 200, we have maintained 500. So it's coming 500. SFZ, there is no price. Okay, we will see that. RM 300, again, we have maintained, I think 300 per piece. So it's coming 1200. Okay, and RM 400, we have maintained some price, I believe 90 or something. So it is coming 180. Okay, let me see the material master also. What prices we maintained? This is 16 MBW. Okay, if you see here for RM 400, this column, okay, standard price. For RM 400, we have maintained 90, right? RM 400, 90 multiplied by 2. In the bomb, we have maintained 2 quantity. Okay, so 180. RM 300, So we maintain 300 each. So 4 multiplied by 300 for 1200. So here for SFG 100 there is no price. SFG 100 there is no price. That's what it is giving error message here. So cost estimate for material SFG 100 plant is incorrect. So for this material we couldn't find any price. Okay. So now for this also there are two things. Either we can maintain the price in the material master directly, or else for this material also again we need to create BOM and routing. Okay. So since it's SFG, right? So that's how, I mean, either this material also will have further BOM and routing. So that system will calculate the price for this as well, and it will bring. Otherwise, if you maintain directly in the material master, it will bring from the material master. Let's try to maintain in the material master for this. MM02, we will see whether we can maintain or not. Not costing, accounting one. So it's not allowing to maintain here because it's already grayed out. Now where we can do, we have another transaction code called MR21. This also you might have a reference. Plan does not exist in company code. Okay. Allowed posting date is 5/24. Okay. MMRV. So allow posting periods. Okay, let's remove this. Let's do MMPV. We need to change the date, company code IN10, period 06, year 2024. It's done. MMRV. So the period change is completed. Let me remove this one. Now MR21. I think here we will get some kind of errors. Let's see. SFG, it's in generate some 600 euros. So I maintain 600 euros. So if you are using material ledger with actual costing, right? So and different prices and different valuations. So we have to maintain the price in all the views. Okay. Group currency and local currency, both the currencies we need to maintain. Now I think I'll get an error message here. Let's see. Oh, it posted good. Now refresh. So SFG 100 also we have price now. Don't save it. Again, I'm doing standard cost estimation. No, it's green everywhere. Okay, for making one quantity, we are expecting this much, like 3758.63 as the price. Okay, this is cost of goods manufactured. This is the itemization view, we call it as, where we can see what are the raw materials we are using, what are the activity types we are using, and so and so. And here it is like I told that, I mean, in the routing, we have created two operations. The first one is for operation one cost, and second one is operation two cost, where we don't, I mean, mention the setup price. It's 0. And here, if you see here, can somebody tell from where it is coming, these prices? 288 and 28.13. Any guess? We have already discussed this thing. Okay, I will tell you. So we have another component, right? Like costing sheet. Right, we discussed about costing sheet. On the costing sheet, what we mentioned, first one is, let me bring change layout, cost element text. So material overhead. Okay, so material overhead, how much? Let's go to the costing sheet. KZ ES2. Now we are connecting all the dots. What we have done the configuration, right? So we're checking everything. No, material overhead. Let's see the percentage. Entries. Okay, 10% is 10% is. Now, so the material cost is how much? 2880, right? I mean, on this 10%. So 288 USD. Okay, this is the total material cost, 2880 USD. On that 10% is 288. Clear? And this is the manufacturing cost. Like manufacturing cost, we have 562.50, right? On this, how much the percentage? We need to go again here, 5%. So on this 5%, let's calculate. Let me open my Excel. Okay, the material overhead is like 5%, right? 5% on the manufacturing cost. My manufacturing cost is this much. Okay. This total manufacturing cost is okay. On that, we are calculating 5%. So 26.03. But production overhead is coming extra. Okay, 26.03. Okay. Total value. Fixed and variable also it's coming. Sorry. How much time we have taken? 522. Sorry, I have taken the variable price. So this is one. I mean, this value we need to consider. Control Y. So 28.13. So we are getting here 28.13. This is 28. This is, since it's 10%, straight away it's to 88.00. Clear so far, or any doubts on this point? Then we will go to other thing, important thing we will see. On the cost part, everyone clear on the integration, where the costs are coming, or any questions? Okay, thank you. So this is how the integration works. I mean, it reads the price from material master for the materials, and for the activity types, it reads from the KP26 price. Okay, and quantities from routing, and this overheads. Since I mean we mentioned already the configuration in the costing sheet, accordingly system will bring prices from the costing sheet. Okay. Now we discussed about cost component structure, right? See, this is here. Okay, TZ. So we have created this cost component structure, correct? Based on this, system is bifurcating the cost like this. If you see here, wheels 400, chassis 500, engine 600, other externals 1200, consumables 180. So these are all raw material cost, correct? Then machine cost 187. In that it is showing this is my fixed price and this is my variable price, and all the raw materials are variables, so it's showing under the variable. Whereas for the machine we maintain two kind of rates, right? One is variable price in KP26. If you go to KP26, here we have maintained 1.67 as variable, so that price it is showing here, and this is fixed price. This is personal cost and setup. We have only fixed price, so it's showing under only fixed price. The material overhead 288, since it is calculating on the materials, so it is showing under variable. Again, production overhead 28, 260 on the fixed cost, 2.09 on the variable portions. So likewise, it will show your total cost and variable cost, okay, in the cost component structure differently. Okay. Here it's by default. I told you, right? Whenever you do standard cost estimation, the cost estimation will be shown in directly the company code currency or object currency. If you want to see it, I mean, let's say your company code currency is USD, your controlling area currency is Euro, then if you go to Euro, then it will show different value here. Both the currencies it will disclose. Okay. You can see here the dates, I mean, costing related information. We used ZPC1 costing variant, dates, the dates which we entered in the initial screen, quantity structure, like your routing. I mean, when you have multiple routings, you can see, I mean, with what routing the costing happened. You can see here what BOM number here. This is PP master data. This is our costing sheet. History. Who has done this costing, when it was happened, what time, and costs. So if you remember, I have created also groups, right? Like One is like what is my raw material cost, what is my indirect overhead, what is my fixed manufacturing cost. We have created three groups, right? And we have assigned those groups in the cost component structure. So system, it is also disclosing here, I mean, what is the group wise cost. So another layout, it is just choose layout. So here it's showing total. There is no bifurcation, right? It's showing simply all the cost components here. But in this layout, cost component groups, it's grouping the cost. Okay, the total cost. It's bifurcating into different groups. Without BOM and routing, still you can run the cost estimation, but the material cost. I mean, if you have material price in the material master for that particular material, it will take. Otherwise, it will give you error message. It will not stop you to run the cost estimation without BOM and routing. Only thing is, I mean, it will take. I mean, if you run the cost estimation for a material without BOM and routing, you have to maintain price. Like you have to maintain standard price or moving average price in the material master, or else plan price or something you have to maintain as per the costing strategies, or else at least you have to maintain an info record or something for that. Otherwise, it will give error message. Let's say, I mean, we will save it. We will see. So I will show you CK11 SFZ100. For this, we don't have BOM or routing, right? So its costing was done. It's simply taking the material price from its material master. In the material master, we maintain 600. So as per the costing strategy, I mean, in the strategies which we maintain in the costing variant, it's bringing the price. If you go here, valuation, see material valuation price according to price control in the material master. So as per this strategy, system bringing the price. It will let you know. I mean, when you are not using BOM and routing, if you see here, everything is blank. Okay. Here you can see under which strategy it's bringing. These are the strategies are there, right? Priorities of sequence of strategies, whether it is stand price, plan price, or whatever. As per this strategy, system bringing valuation price according to price control in the material master. That means it's bringing the standard price in the material master. Yeah. Now we have saved the standard cost estimation, but once you save it, it will not be load to your material. Okay. If you go to accounting one, so still the price is not here, neither here. Okay, it's still zero. Just we have saved the cost estimation. What it does, it will update the backend tables. There are some tables like K, KO, KPH, CKIS. There are some costing tables are there. In those tables, the data will be stored with the history. I mean, but it will not be updated anywhere in the material master. Okay. Now, once the costing is saved, we have to mark and release. Okay. So for that purpose, we need to go to another transaction, CK24, period 6, company code IN10, plant also IN10. My material is FZ100, sorry. FZ100. Okay, click on marking remote test run. Click on marking elements. So for our company code, this is also very important and critical step. IN10, we have to assign the costing variant. Ours is ZPC1. So here, why saying it's important. See, we have to assign our costing variant to our company code. Okay, in this step, if you assign a wrong costing variant, okay, in this step, then it will be a problem. You cannot change this until the next month. The entire this whole month you have to run your costing with the wrong costing variant. Then you will get lot of errors. I mean, of course, in production sometimes, I mean, we will delete all other standard costing variants. We will keep only our costing variants, but our costing variants also we use to cost. We may use different costing variants, right? Like planning purpose and real standard cost estimation purpose. But we should make sure that we are selecting a right costing variant. Otherwise, the whole month you have to run with the wrong costing variant. So it leads to further inconsistencies in stock valuations and everything. So we should be very careful while selecting the costing variant here. Okay. I mean, there is no standard solution from SAP also to change it once you assigned in this month. That means you have to live with the next month only you will get free from that costing variant. Okay, I'm saving it. Now execute. One material cost estimate updated successfully. Now, if you see here in the both the group currency and company code currency, price is updating here. If you see here, this is company code currency 10 and group currency 30. Price is same, but in the both the currencies, its price is getting updated. Now go to material master. Where it is. Let me go here. MM03. IL10. Accounting. Still price is not updated here. Okay. But if you go to costing 2, price is updated in the future column. Current column, it's still not there. It's updated in the future. Okay. This is like future price. It got updated. Now go here. Click on release. Just execute. One material, one cost estimate was updated successfully. Now again, same both the prices, it's got updated. Now go to again material master. Let's see. I think I need to go back. Now if you see here, the standard price is updated in material master, accounting 1 tab, company code currency, group currency. Okay. I already told you this is because of material ledger. In material ledger, we have two currencies, so the price is getting updated in both the currencies like USD, but both the currencies are USD, but yeah, it's in group and local, I mean legal and group currency. If you see here, inventory, I mean, if there are some quantities, it will show your inventory value in both two currencies. Okay. And now go to costing 2. If you see here, the future price is moved to current standard price. Okay. Once you release the price, it will move to current. Again, next month, when you do costing, this price will go to here and the new price will come and sit here. This 3758 will go here. In the July month, if you are going to do costing, then the new price will come and sit here. That is your current price. Yeah, this is, I mean, this is about product cost planning. I mean, how the cost is coming and everything. Now go to here. So here, material price analysis. This is because of material ledger. I mean, if you don't activate material ledger, uh, this tab itself not available. I mean, if you check your ECC systems, I mean, if you are already working on ECC or somewhere, if ML is not active, this particular tab itself is not available here. So now this tab is available. If you go here, this is the material mass, I mean, the material price analysis. It will have all the things, like if you see here, the period, whether here it will show the status, whether material ledger is executed or not, currency. Okay. As of now, I mean, we don't have any goods movements or something, right? It's not showing anything. Otherwise, what is your beginning inventory, cumulative inventory, and ending inventory? And further, what are the goods movements you do, right? All the things will be stored here, and you can track everything here in the screen. Price history, actual value. Okay. Nothing is there. Okay, once we do some kind of movements, goods movements, right? Yeah, then you will see the data here. I will show you. If you see here, all your costing, see wheels, cost component structure details also it will show, like wheels, engine. This will give you right good view. You know, it's as of now, it's only showing the standard price. Okay, but once you have some kind of postings and everything, you will get the right details here. Okay, here you can see company code currency and also group currency also you can see. Here you have standard price, future price, periodic unit price, lot size. Okay, I if you see here the standard price, right? I mean, this is a setup activity type. Okay, so generally for one quantity we maintain 5 hours. Okay, if you see here, now I'm making two quantity. That means ideally it should be like 10 hours here, 50 USD here. Okay, but since the standard price is, I told you, right? I mean, the setup activity generally they maintain fixed for irrespective of your output quantity. Okay, whether you manufacture 5 quantity or 10 quantity, your standard price will remain same. I mean, the setup price. That's how the formula is defined. Okay, so that's what it's calculating, only 25 here. 5 multiplied by 5. Okay, all others are getting increased. See, all other price got increased, whereas only this remains constant. Okay, it's because of the formula in the work center. Okay, uh, clear everyone? If you are clear, then we will go to actuals now, actual postings. If you have any questions also, we can discuss, or else I will go to the actual postings. But before actual posting, again, we need to do some kind of configuration. I will tell you. Okay. Yeah. You also try to, I mean, I told, right, at least you try to create some materials, bombs, routings. Now setup is done. I mean, there you don't need to do all the configuration just in this current plant. Also, you can create your own set of materials and you can do practice, some kind of practice. Okay, it will give you more understanding. Now, SPRO, controlling, product cost controlling. Now, this planning part we have completed, product cost planning. Now we are coming to cost object controlling, product cost by order. Okay, so we have to, right? There are two kind of manufacturing processes. Okay, like sales order, product cost by sales order and product cost by order. That is called MTS and MTO. That means make to stock and make to order. Generally, cars and all, right? The business cars, vehicles, these kind of big thing. They cannot simply manufacture and they cannot store it on their warehouse and they can sell, because they need huge expenditure, and also they need huge storage facilities, right? To make them store, and it's not a good idea, because car they cannot simply manufacture as per their wish and will, right? First, what happens? We will go to the dealer and we will give our requirement. Okay, I need so and so color, I need so and so. You generally mention the specifications, right? You will give your spec to the dealer, and dealer will place an order to the manufacturer. Okay, then they'll start manufacturing the car according to your requirement. Like you need, some kind white color or black or whatever it may be, the color you will choose. Okay, and in that also there will be specific variants, right? Whether it is manual or automatic, right? And some other interiors or exteriors, what you choose accordingly. They will, the dealer will place an order to the manufacturer. Then the manufacturer will start doing the manufacturing. That is sales order costing. Okay, that is nothing but your MTS, MTO, make to order, according to the customer wish, as per the customer requirement. They do the manufacturing process. Now, that is a high level, but we are discussing about only make to stock. Okay, that is nothing but product cost by order. In this case, what happens in the product cost by order? The manufacturer will not. Of course, they know their demand. In the current year or maybe current month, how many goods we can sell in the market, or they'll forecast their demand. Okay, this market in this month, this much demand is there, or maybe there is much demand available in the market for this particular product. So what they will do, as per their capacity, okay, I can manufacture 100. Maybe here since we are using cost, but let's focus about some other product. Okay, some spare parts or whatever it may be. So okay, we can manufacture this many quantities or this many thousand of liters or something like that. So they manufacturing accordingly. They'll keep it in their premises. As in when, if somebody asks, they will just simply deliver to them. Let's say, cement or something. Let's say some 1,000 bags they manufacture this month and they'll store it somewhere. Once some order coming, some require. Cement is like it's retail also, right? Just they'll sell it to dealer or something. They can again further goes to end customer. Okay, so that is make to stock, means there won't be any pre-order to manufacture that product, just as per their plant capacity. The production capacity, just they will manufacture and they will store it somewhere. As and when the demand comes, then they will deliver it to the customers. That is make to stock. That scenario we are going to discuss now, and the setup and everything we are doing on that, keeping that in mind. Again, in make to stock, okay, product cost by order, we have two kind of orders are there. One is process industry, another one is that is normal production. Okay, process industry means, when I say process industries, like food, chemical, pharmaceuticals, these are all like process industries. what generally process industries means, once the process starts, right, till the end production comes out of the what do you say, the production line, there should not be any interim, or let's say you are manufacturing uh, curd, right? I mean, let's take milk industry. You are manufacturing curd. Till the curd packed, and came out, there is no interim product, right? I mean, what to making the curd. I mean, I don't know whether have you visited any manufacturing plant or not. Let's say, I mean, the milk industry. So what they will take, they collect the milk from farmers or maybe different retail. I mean, people. They will keep it in a big container and they boil it with certain temperature. Okay, and again they cool it, and again they further process to get it. I mean, how we in house we make a curd in the same process. I mean, they do it in a machinery and they prepare a curd and they will pack it as per the. I mean, some containers will be there, small, like 100 grams, 250 grams, 200 grams. I mean, 500 grams and 1000 grams. Like that, they'll pack the curd and it will be stored in a cooling store. I mean, cold storage till the. I mean, the product comes. I mean, the curd packed with 100 kg box with sealed and stamped everything. There is no interim project. I mean, in between we cannot take out, right? Same way like the tablets also, or the chemicals also. Till the final chemical is completed, you cannot take out. I mean, in between the interim product from that. Okay, that is process industry. It's like a continuous process till the manufacturing product, final product comes out. Whereas product cost by order, let's say when you are making an engine, I mean, an engine, in between you can make another component and you can take it out and you can keep it somewhere, again you can further process it. That is, there is an intervention will be there in the normal production, but in the process there won't be no interruption. It's like a continuous process. The best is like food industry, beverages, chemicals, pharmaceuticals. All these comes under process industries. Okay, that is product cost. There they use process orders. I mean, from CO perspective, there is no change in the configuration, whether it is process order or production order. We have the same config, but from the production process, they have some kind of changes. BOM is still there. Work center, in place of work center, they use resource, but the configuration is same. In place of routing, they call it as recipe because it's a process, right? It's like food recipe. So in place of routing, they call it as a recipe. In the recipe also they maintain operations like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is no change from the costing perspective, but from the PP perspective, there is a change. They will in place of production order, they will create a process order. Okay, but from our perspective, there is no change. So in the product cost by order, we have two kind of scenarios, right? One is process order and production order. Now we are discussing about the process order. Here we need to do some kind of setup. One is basic setting for product cost by order. Okay. These overheads and all, it's not required because already we have completed. Costing sheet also we have completed, so it's not required. Here, go to manufacturing orders. Check costing variant for manufacturing orders PP. So earlier we are used ZPC1. I mean, for standard cost estimation, we used one costing variant. For product costing, I mean, the production order also, we will have plan and actual cost. In order to derive those plan and actual cost, we need two costing variants. Like this is triple P1 and triple P2. These are the two costing variants. Okay, we need. These are the standard ones. We can use it. Otherwise, we can create our own costing variants also. Okay. Before doing costing variant, we will create valuation variant also. Check valuation variant for manufacturing orders. So 1 is not 1, 6 and 7 are the standard costing, valuation variant for production order. If you see here, I have highlighted 6 and 7. Okay, these are the orders. We have created our one year, right? Z1 we have created, but here copy 6, make is Z06, Z06. Okay, ours is Z06. If you see here, this is standard price, moving average price. Okay, but generally, what we do, standard price or info record price. So this also, it's more or less same as our standard costing variant, because for production order planning we are not going to use different things, right? I mean, what we do in the standard cost, and we use the same configuration so that you will get the right prices to compare. I mean, your standard and your plan and your actuals. Okay, so here you can say this one, so that this is info record. I will take purchase L. Where is L? Standard price. Okay, I have created Z06. Now create one more with Z07 for actuals. This is plan. Okay, Z06 is plan and Z07 is for actuals. Okay, actuals, valuation price according to price control. Okay, this is fine. Z07. Okay, but now what we have to do here, Z07 overhead, we have to use our costing sheet. Okay, same costing sheet what we have created, we will use the same here also. So sheet. Okay, now we have created two costing variants. One is for plan and one is for actuals. Now we have to create two costing variants also. Sorry, this is valuation variant. Now we have to create two costing variants also. Like PP1 we have to copy, then make it ZPP1. Okay, go here, change the valuation variant. Okay, so costing type we are not going to change anything, just we use standard. I mean the 06 we use it, and we will not change anything, but this costing variant we can create our own, and we can assign it here ZPP1. Next one, we need one more, ZPP2. Copy this, copy ZPP2. Costing variant here, we need to select Z07. This is actuals, okay? So we have created two costing variants. Okay. Now, once the variants are created, you have to assign these costing variants to order types, PP order types. How system will understand, okay? So this is the integration between PP and CO. Check order types. Category. Okay, if you see here, PP01 is the standard order type. Okay, here it's nothing but just, I mean, this is the order type. If you want, you can create your own order types, but let's not, go into that. It will be more complicated. So, time being, we will use PP order types. Okay. Now, define cost accounting relevant default parameters, order types, and plans. Now, go here. What is our plant? IN10. IN10 order type. So, repetitive maximum. YBM3 production order material full settlement PPI. This is what I mean YBM5, right? Whether I'm just checking which one we can use it. YBM5. YBM3 M5. Okay, yeah, because I mean, if it is 10 order type, order category 10, we can use it because it's a normal production PP production order. Okay, so where is it? YBM5. We can use YBM5. Let's try to use it. So define this one. Our costing variant is or else what I will do, I will use this PP01, copy this one, new default parameter. Okay. I will make it as IN10. Right, result analysis. I mean, time being, let's keep it 002. We will come to this part later. So order type is PP01, plan costing variant. So two costing variants we have created, right? Those costing variants we have to assign here. So ZPP1 and ZPP2. Okay, new default values. New default values only for product cost. Okay. What did you say? Parallel accounting objectives is when an event-based key. PPC1 order type. Okay, let me check once again. What here? PPC1. PPC1. Okay, we will do one thing already for our company code. This one YBM5 is already there. I mean, when we are copying the plant, right? These order types got processed already. Let's try to change the costing variants for here. So here PP1, PP2. So this WIP part again we will come back because we have to assign our costing variants. I mean, in the production order also we will have two kind of cost. One is plan cost and actual cost. We will, I will show you how it looks like. Yeah, to determine those plan and actual cost, we need two costing variants. That is plan costing variant and actual costing variant. We have to assign. Let's say you have 10 order types in your plant, and for all the order types, you have to assign these costing variants. Okay. So this is the integration between PP and CO. These order types will be created by the PP team, but you have to give them the costing variants. Okay, boss. I am using these are the costing variants. You please assign these costing variants to your order types, so that you will get the cost accurately. Otherwise, if you use something else, then it's a problem. The cost calculations will be wrong. The assignment, this setup generally they do it, but again it depends upon both of you whether you are going to assign this or the PP team will you both get an alignment accordingly. You do the configuration. Okay. And this is one more step: define goods received valuation for delivery. And this one here we need to give our costing variant, valuation variant Z07. Okay. Now the next step is this is the integration from COPP, and we have further more steps like period end closing. In period end closing, we have three steps: work in progress, variance, settlement. These three also we need to do. To run our product costing month and closing, right? We need work in progress calculation, we need variance calculation, and we also need to do settlement. Okay. From this cost object controlling the integration point of view, just we have created two costing variants and two valuation variant. We assign to the order type. Same way now we have to do the work in progress setup. Okay. Now period end closing. Under period end closing, let's talk about work in progress. So work in progress, right? What do you mean by work in progress? Anybody, any guess what is called work in progress? Okay, so work in progress is nothing but when you are doing manufacturing. Okay, every month we do month end closing, right? Let's say in the current month you have created one process order and you have issued the goods and you have done some activity confirmations, right? But till you have not received the final product out of that production order, the month end closing is approaching. Then what you will do with that cost? You cannot simply show that cost as total cost, right? Because you expected to get some kind of finished product. Let's say car as an example, right? So for making the car, we have issued all the goods, like you have issued raw material from stores to production place, like wheels, chassis, everything. You have given to your shop floor. Okay, but you have not, the car output is not yet ready by end of the month. But you cannot show that as a cost, right? In the process order, what is the cost is lying, that entire cost you cannot show it as a cost, so that what happens, it will impact your P&L statement. That means you have consumed your materials, but you have not taken any output from that consumed materials. Then what happens? It will reduce your inventory. That means your balance sheet will get affected, your P&L also. It will reduce your balance sheet. It will reduce your inventory and it will booked as a cost. Then your profit will reduce, right? So it will have an impact on both P&L and the balance sheet. So what you have to do? So though the product is not completed, the issued raw materials and activity confirmation cost, you have to consider it as a raw material. Work in progress. As per accounting standards, work in progress is like current asset, right? I mean, you have to show work in progress. You can show it under your balance sheet as a asset, so that it will not. I mean, though your P&L, I mean, your P and in this case, I mean, we once during the month end, we calculate the work in progress. What are the raw materials are issued to the production? Those material cost we will consider as work in progress, and we will show it in the. I mean, during the month end, it will post an accounting entry like work in progress debit and some P&L account credit, so that it will have the net impact in your P&L statement and your balance sheet. So in your balance sheet, you can still showcase as a asset that, I mean, what are the raw materials or finished product you issued to the production. So it will not have the much bigger impact on your financial statements. That's how we calculate work in progress during the month. I mean, at the month end. During the month, still you can claim it as work. I mean, the cost, but at the month you have to convert that as a uh, work in progress if you're not complete. If you're not going to complete that product, okay, by the month end. Okay. So for that we need some configuration. First one is define result analysis key. So result analysis key, actual cost. I mean, this is the standard one. You can use your own. Let's make it Z1. Z002. Okay, work in progress actual cost. And IN10. It's just a key. I mean, nothing is there. Now, we need two cost elements. I mean, we need some cost elements. Okay. Define cost elements for WIP calculation. Create cost element. It will take to again FS00 screen. Create. So I told you, I mean, we need to create a secondary cost element for WIP calculation. That is 931, category 31, 00. Accounting type secondary, account group secondary, WIP RK. Okay, sorry, here we need to enter category 31. See, order or project result analysis. See, for this WIP case, we don't need field status group or something. See, without field status group, it is allowing. So this RA cost elements, result analysis related cost elements, we can use because these are not company code specific. Okay, I mean the field status group specific. So we will not generally post anything to these cost elements, but we create these cost elements at a controlling area level, and we will assign at the setup so that it will calculate the cost by using these cost elements. So we don't need any company code specific settings. So that's what without field status group also it's allowing to save. If you enter field status group, it will not allow. For example, FS00. See, it's not showing here. I mean, because it's not company code specific, right? It's not showing here. But if you go to the CO table, S16, CSKA, chart of accounts, IN10. See this line. So it's available here, but since company, it's not company code specific, the RA cost elements, I mean WP related cost elements, it will not show you in the FS00 screen, but it will be available in the table. Okay. Generally, I mean, we don't post anything to these cost elements. We will use it for the calculation. I mean, technical calculation purpose, we will create them. Okay. Let's create one more. I mean, we need two more cost, not two, three more cost elements we need, because we have uh, material cost, we have production cost, and we have overheads, right? So for all those, we need cost elements. Let's create three cost elements. 931. Okay. Again, secondary, WIP, RM, raw material cost. Okay. '31 category. See, let's try to give the field status group. What it will say, we will see. Result analysis for orders or project only possible without company code data. The data contains errors. So you cannot assign any field state, I mean, company code related information to this WIP cost elements, because we are not posting anything to these cost elements. Hence, it's not required. Okay, we will create them at a controlling area level. We will use it for the technical calculation purpose. Okay. Now create one more. 931.002. Secondary is also secondary. WIP, manufacturing cost, MFC. Category 31. Create one more. 931. Let's leave it. Okay, for timing, we have let's say we have raw material cost, we have manufacturing cost. Okay, we have created the cost element. Now we have created result analysis case. We have created cost elements. Now define result analysis version. So our controlling area is IN10. It's not there. So create new controlling area IN10. So IN10. Okay. So here we need to enter the cost element. What we have created, the result analysis RA key cost element. Okay. Here the important thing is like transfer to financial accounting. Once you calculate your WIP, okay, whether if you want to post it to accounting, like if you want to make a journal entry, right? Unless if you tick this checkbox, then only it will post an accounting document. Otherwise, what it does, it will just calculate, it will ignore. Okay. So let's say you have issued raw material. In our case, CK13N. Let's say we are manufacturing this product only. We have created an order for this and we have issued all these costs. Let's say we got this cost as 3758 is the total plan. I mean, time being assume it is an actual cost. Okay, but you have not taken any output from this product. System will show this entire cost as a cost at the process order, but it will not, we have not taken any output. So this cost we have to consider as a WIP value, and we have to post it to finance books. So in order to make a accounting entry, post an accounting entry, you have to tick this checkbox, transfer to financial accounting. Then only it will post to accounting. Otherwise, it will calculate the WIP, it will update CO tables backend, but it will not post anything. Okay, save it. Okay. Once you do it, no, it will not allow you know, to do other post. I mean, I will come here. It will not allow you to make further changes. Time being, what I will do, this checkbox you have to activate once the whole configuration of WIP is completed. Then only you have to activate this checkbox. Otherwise, what it does, it will not allow you to do further configuration. For example, let me try. Define values method. Next one. So in this step, what we will see generally, if you see here, for example, this one. If you see here, I mean, with the RA kit 002, controlling area 0001. First status REL, second status DLV, second this status P release, and this is TECO. So generally, you have created a process order. System will know when to calculate the WIP, when to calculate reverse. I mean, cancel the WIP. So for any order, for once you create the process order, system will have a what do you call status for that order, whether what status it is, whether it is released, partially confirmed, or delivered, or takeaway. Okay, if the order status is either release or partially released, then only it will calculate WIP. See here, release WIP calculation on base of actual cost. If it is DLV, cancel date of WIP, cancel calculation of result analysis. DLV means we have, I mean, there is some delivery from the production order. Let's say you have created 5 cars. Out of 5 cars, if you deliver 5 cars, then the status will show as DLV. If you deliver only 4 cars and still 1 car is remaining in the process order, in that case, what happens? Still, the order status will not show as DLV. It will show as PDLV or pre-release something. I mean, other than DLV, then it will calculate WIP. If the status is DLV, then it will not calculate WIP. It will calculate variance. That means the difference between plan and actual cost. Okay, and it will show as a variance. If the order status is not equal to DLV or TECO, then it will calculate WIP. That means either it will be release or it will be pre-release. In these two cases, okay, it will calculate WIP. If it is DLV or TECO, then it will not calculate the WIP. We will show you, I mean, during our demo. So keep in mind, if the order status is whether if not equal to DLV or TECO, then only it will calculate WIP. If it is DLV and TECO, it will not calculate WIP. Okay. Let's create new entries. So which method should we use actual cost WIP? Whether you want actual cost or WIP. So we have to use, actual cost or target cost. We have to use actual costs for WIP calculation. Your controlling area, what it is, IN10, RA version 0, and RA key we have created, right? Z002. This one you can assign. Save. Okay. Now IN10. So for IN10 also, system has allocated. You see 4 categories, it got allocated automatically. Like if it is release, calculate WIP, or pre-release, calculate WIP. Other 2 status like DLV TECO, cancel the WIP. Okay. Now define line IDs. So here the line IDs we have to create like primary cost, secondary cost, or else you can create raw materials. Okay. Or what do you say? I mean, raw materials and manufacturing RM cost and manufacturing cost, something like that also you can create. If you have, I mean, RAK only not only used for product costing. I mean, revenue recognition also they use it in the project systems and all. But yeah, for us it's not required now. For us, we need these ones like these three are important. I mean, fine, sufficient. Okay, primary cost and secondary cost. We can use this already available ones, or else we can create our own. Let's create our own. New entries, controlling area I and 10, line ID. Let's say RM1. This is raw materials, or else material cost, you can say. Second one, IN10, MF. This is manufacturing cost. Okay, I have created two line IDs. So whatever the cost we post our process order, we will recognize with two cost. I mean, two line IDs like material cost and manufacturing cost. Okay. Define assignment. Now let's select copy these two entries. Controlling area is hours, right? IN10. This is also IN10. I mean, the configuration is a bit lengthy, but during calculation, you will get to know. Costing variant also we need to select. Sorry, RA key. Now we have assigned our controlling area here, RA key here. We need to mask the cost element. I mean, for raw material consumption, what are all the cost elements we are, I mean, we are using? We are using 5 series accounts, right? So 5 plus plus plus. Yeah, 5 plus plus. Okay. So raw material, what you are using? I mean, under this line ID, we would like to use raw material. So again, there are two things are there. Whether you want to calculate as an optional or required. So required to capitalize or option to capitalize. You can use either one. Required to capitalize or option means required to capitalize means 100%. I mean, you have to capitalize it. Whether option to capitalize means you don't want to come. Let's say I am using raw material here in this case itself. The total raw material cost is how much? 1 second. See, my total raw material cost is 2,880. So for WIP calculation, again, you can mention like only 80% is required, remaining 20% as capitalized. I mean, so you can mention the percentage here also. If you don't want to, use the total raw material cost as WIP, so in that case, you can mention some percentages also here. But let's not do that. So maintain all the raw material cost is try to. I mean, generally people will capitalize total raw material cost as required to capitalize. Okay, if at all required, I mean, you can mention some 80% you can capitalize, remaining 20% you can make it as optional so that it will not be capitalized. Second one, all nine series cost elements, manufacturing ones, right? So we use 9 series like 931, 943, right? Activity types and 941 overheads. Okay, mask it. So 9 series, all 9 series, we are capturing under manufacturing cost. Okay, so we have assigned our cost elements, So generally, what do you mean here? We have different kind of raw materials accounts. So for all those raw material account cost, for example, in this, so we have all 5 series accounts, right? So all 5 series accounts cost, it has to be transferred to WIP with this line ID. All manufacturing 9 series accounts, like this one and this one, right? Together it has to move with this line ID. That's what I mean we mentioned here. Otherwise, if you want to maintain each account, like you have to maintain multiple lines. So in order to reduce that, just we mask the cost elements like 9+++. It will take all the manufacturing cost elements. 5+++. It will take all the material accounts and it will update to this RM key. Again, I mean for this RM key, we need to assign a GL account. That we will do it later. So define update here. So here, new entries, controlling area, INT. So version 0. RA key, we have to select our key. This one. Line ID, RM1. So here, K, cost. So under which cost elements? We have created cost elements, right? So RM. So same. You enter here also. Save it. Same. We have created 2 line IDs. Both the line IDs we have to assign here. This is MF1. This also K. We need to assign another cost element. We have two cost elements, right? This one. So we have assigned 2 line IDs to 2 cost element. I mean, we have created the line IDs. For the line IDs, we have assigned the source cost elements. When I say source means these cost elements. Okay. And for these line IDs again, I linked the secondary cost element to calculate the WIP. So everything is linked now. Now define posting rules setting for work in progress. Now let's copy these two lines. Our controlling area is IN10. Company code also IN10, right? IN10. This WIP categories, these two categories we need to consider WIPR and WIPO. Okay, let's see what is WIPR. Work in progress with requirement to capitalize is WIPR because already we told, right? I mean, it's required to capitalize. We selected in the line ID creation. Next one is WIPO, work in progress with option to capitalize, WIPO. And generally, I mean, since we have not maintained anything optional, so we need to WIPR, you can select RUCR. I mean, WIPP is not required basically. So RUCR you can select. Why we need RUCR, I will tell you. Let's say, I mean, you have posted WIP cost as, I mean, in this case, you have posted this cost 3758. Okay, 3758. Okay, now you have created this order. Let's say they have created this order for 5 quantity. The total cost is 3758. But you have taken 4 quantity out of it. I mean, delivered quantity is 4. Okay, let's say 4 quantity, the delivered cost is 4000. Okay, in this case, what happens? Your WIP is go to negative, right? You have only posted 3758 cost, but you have taken output as 4000. So minus 242. This is like, it's not a positive value, right? I mean, WIP means it's a positive value, should be positive value so that you can capture the WIP value to asset, but it's a negative value, means it's like unrealized gain or loss, we will call it as. So reserve for unrealized cost, I would say in this case, because still you have to post some cost here. Generally, I mean, your output should not be more than your cost, right? Sorry, at least, I mean, what you have posted, it should be close match with your output. But here in this case, it's showing negative value. This also we have to show it as a WIP. But if you don't select this RU category, RUCR, it will not allow you to calculate this kind of postings. I mean, this is the rare scenario, I would say. Generally, the cost will be high because here 5 quantity we have created, the cost will be like 5 quantity, 4 we have ideally, I mean, it will be like 4500 something. Then if you remove 4000 out, then again some 500 or 300 maybe will be there as a positive value. That is WIP. That will be captured with this category. If it is negative value in the process order, then it will not calculate WIP. So that's what I mean. The name itself, realized, I mean, reserve for unrealized cost. Okay. These two categories you have to select, but you have to create 2 cost elements also. One is P&L account and another one is balance sheet. To post, I mean, I told you, right? I mean, it will generate an accounting entry. For that purpose, we need accounts. One is balance sheet account and another one is P&L account. With those accounts, the entry will get posted. Let's create 2 GL accounts. FS00. Create One balance sheet account we create. So 50. Balance sheet account. Assets. WIP. BS. It's nothing but balance sheet. Okay, WBS. Control data. Nothing is required. Here we need to give the value just automatically. Okay, balance sheet account created. We need one primary, P&L account also, but that P&L account we should not create it as cost element, because we are transferring the data from costing to FI now. CO to FI, we are transferring data. So if you create that as a cost element again, it will not allow you, because you are posting your data from CO to FI, not FI to CO. If you want to transfer from FI to CO, you need a cost object. But if you want to transfer CO to FI, then system will not, allow you to create that cost element. If you create that cost element with cost element category, then it will not allow you to assign here. For example, now I have created balance sheet account. Okay, let me assign it here. WIPBS, right? So let's say we have already some kind of balance sheet account. P&L accounts are there. Let's say salaries, right? Assign it. I will tell you why what it will say. GL account cannot be created as a cost element. So this P&L account, you should not create as a cost element. If you create cost element, it will not allow you to enter it here. So now we have to create one more cost element, like 55001. Okay. Here you have to select non-operating expense or income expenses. Here you can say WIP P&L. Okay. We will not enter anything here. Okay, no cost element, nothing. Just we will enter the valuation, the FSG description, but you have to select here non-operating expense and expense. So it's not a cost element basically. It's a GL account, but not cost element. So 55001. So let's assign that here 5500 WIP. Same here also. So at the month end, when we calculate the WIP, okay, system will calculate the WIP and it will post to these accounts. Okay, that's what the whole setup of WIP. So for posting one simple entry, we need all this setup. Okay, we need to create result analysis key. We need to create cost elements with category 31. We need to define a version. Okay, then we need to mention like on what cost, whether actual cost or target cost. You need to calculate WIP. Line IDs we need to calculate. For the line IDs, we need to assign the source cost elements. And again, for these line IDs, we need to do masking, what cost elements we need to assign, and update. In the update, we will link the line IDs with the secondary cost elements. Then finally, we define posting rules to WIP posting. Okay. After the config is completed, okay, you have to activate this again. Then this WIP key, we need to assign to order types. Again, you have to go to this manufacturing orders, define this one, go to IN10 plant. We assign all our stuff to YBM5, right? Go here, assign the result analysis key here. So that whenever you create a production order, the production order will get updated automatically with this result analysis scheme Z002. Okay, that's how the CO cost. Objects will be linked to process orders. So every time we need to assign it to order types. Whatever you create, that you have to assign to order type. Okay.